Welcome to Date Night Podcast,
a tabletop role-playing game podcast set in the homebrew world of Volyanaya.
Let's explore a whole new world together.
Yeah, so last time as you were heading down the Dark River, a couple of you had memories of things from long ago because it was kind of almost like a sensory deprivation chamber, for lack of a better example. But that also meant that out of nowhere, Hannah kind of told you guys to hit the deck, and some webbing ahead that was difficult to see snared Zev and Kira, who were not so quick to hit the deck. Aaron, the grease wizard, and Henna continued forward about 30 or 40 feet in the boat before they smashed into the largest outcropping of stone that's been sticking up through the Dark River that you've seen since you've been down here. GW got a little bit shocked from the cold water. He's not in the stunned actual thing, but he was at disadvantage just for initiative. I guess everybody go ahead and roll an initial perception check just to see what you can see, and then we'll get into our first turns.
17.
Sight or sound?
15.
Probably sight.
Plus things.
13.
I had a 17, actually.
Okay. Most of you are around the same position then.
Kira has some webbing in her eyes.
Kira doesn't know what's going on.
She rolled a nat 1.
Okay. You cannot see currently.
Ever again.
For the webbing. You can see that the web is thick. It's not just a single, spider web. It's actually got some distance to it that's helped snag you. That's more how you can just feel it all around you and over your face. The rest of you, Zev, you can see above you in the web what looks like two humanoid type creatures but with extra limbs. And big eyes reflecting in the darkness. With your 120 feet, you can also, I guess, see all the way to the top of the web in a dark place, an even larger one of these things. It's maybe 40 feet up in the web. The web is about 10 feet thick, you can see. Aaron, GW, and Henna from down in the water, all of them are able to see the island ahead of you. It's maybe a 15-foot wide but kind of uneven patch of dry stone. It might extend 25 feet further down the river. You're all about 10 feet away from that island at the start of the first turn because you smashed into it with the boat, which went backwards just a little bit and immediately sank under you as it cracked into basically multiple pieces. So Kira, you don't really know what's going on.
Nope.
You can hear the sound. All of you heard the sound as you got closer to the web, and then it amplified as some of you got in it. Kind of this kind of sound.
That actually sounded pretty
That's
cool.
pretty good.
From not too far away from you, one origin of the sound. But it's your turn to act first.
I'm going to attempt to clear my vision and
Okay.
figure out where to go, what to do, etc., what's going on.
Okay, so you've got kind of two things that you can do with your action in that regard. You can try and just make a new perception check, but that will take your action, or you can try and actually free yourself a little bit from the web around you.
Take your short sword and cut it off of your eyes.
That's good.
And knowing my luck, I'd probably cut myself in the face.
Get a cool scar.
You look dashing
It's up
with
to
a
you
skull.
if you just want to try to get a lay of the land, or if you want to actually try and get yourself free.
I'm going to try and clear my face and free at least one of my
Okay.
hands so I can react to whatever the heck is going on.
Okay, go ahead and roll a strength check.
That's not flat. Is that a saving throw?
Nope, this is just a
Okay.
check. Just
5.
plus your strength modifier. No, so you go to you can't see, and instinctively you try to reach your hands over toward your face, and they just don't move. They're just stuck really tightly in the webbing. Henna makes a swim toward the island in front of her, makes it just gets her footing on the edge of the island and pulls herself out. Grease Wizard, you are next.
All right, so how far away am I from, like, the webbing?
You're about 20 feet from the close side of the webbing, but it's about 10 feet thick, so 20 to 30 feet.
All right. Can I swim over near it?
Swimming, unless you have a swim speed, like in your alter self form, I think you do, will take your action for the turn, because you don't have a swim movement speed. But you can use your action to swim if you want.
How big is the cave?
The cave here is about 80 to 100 feet wide, all in all. You just got into the front of the troll tooth. The web's attached to the ceiling here at about 40 feet up, maybe 45.
Yeah, I'm going to fly.
Okay.
Good for you.
Is that an action to cast?
It's a spell.
Yeah. Well, some spells are bonus actions. So I don't know.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true. Let me...
Go ahead and check, and if you... Is there anything else you would do if it was an action, or is that you can move?
If it was a bonus action,
right,
I would go over towards the web.
Well, you can still move, once you cast
It's
your
an
action
action.
and fly. You get your fly movement speed.
Yeah, so I'm going to move closer over to the webbing.
Are you going any higher?
Yes.
All right. About how high? Like halfway up?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And a little bit closer. So you're within maybe 20 feet now? Is that about where
10.
you want to be? Like 10 feet?
Yeah.
All right. When you do that, you can now see what Zev saw in terms of the three, I'm going to call them web walkers.
Oh,
shoot! That's what Henna called them.
The web walkers! Oh, that's what Henna called them, at least. They're right over here.
What? Where?
One of them is directly next to Kira.
Oh.
One of them is about 15 feet above Zev, and the other one's all the way in the apex of the web.
I don't want to die.
Can't do anything. I'm
All right.
flying.
Auron, you're next.
Are you stuck?
I'm in the water also, right?
You are.
Is there anything I can do without swimming? Like, I'm trying to.
You can stay in place and make a ranged attack.
Okay.
If you want to move in the water, it does take your action to do it.
I feel like they're mostly too far off. Can I swim towards Kira?
You could. She's only about 20 feet away and really, stuck in the net. But only.
So I can't reach.
You could. You could make an
bottom,
athletics check as your swim. She's maybe only 4 or 5 feet up, but there is a piece of the web attaching it to a stalagmite that sticks up out of the water. So your only way up would be to kind of grab that part of the web and then get yourself into the web.
I could do that. I got all A's in gym class.
Yeah, Auron would have.
Well, yeah, Auron did. I didn't. It's fine.
So go ahead and make an athletics check.
Oof. That would be a... That doesn't seem right.
You get to add a lot, I think, to athletics. And
usually...
You're at advantage... Well, if you rage, you're at advantage on strength checks.
I haven't raged yet.
Well, you might want to do that because it's so cold.
It would give you advantage on your strength checks. If you
It
want
feels
to.
like cheating to do it now, though.
Okay.
Well, we've been bored here, and now someone's messing up with us getting out of this hole.
And
whatever
I do
the
have 3 points of dark influence, so sure, I'm gonna rage.
It's okay to cheat. Yeah. All right, so you can re-roll that if you want. And take the higher roll.
That's a 5 and a 2, my friends.
All right,
Would you like to
still
use one
take
of
the
mine?
5 plus...
I'll take the 5 plus 4 or 5.
It's
It
plus
should-
your strength bonus, and if you're proficient, plus that too. I don't know if you're
I'm
proficient.
proficient. Okay, it's
So
plus...
plus 4 plus 3, so plus 7.
So a 12.
That doesn't sound right.
Yeah, because it's your strength
No, that's... Oh.
plus your proficiency.
You are right. That's why 4 didn't seem high enough. It's 7 plus 7, so
Okay.
it is 12.
So you swim the full distance between yourself and start of the web. You can roll another athletics check to see if you can try and chin up your way toward Kira.
19.
Yeah. Okay. You're up next to Kira, but that's going to be your action for right now.
Okay, I'm good with that.
All right. So first up then are the web walkers. The one next to Kira is going to go first and make an attack. Since you're restrained, it will have advantage against you.
Did Hannah get to go?
Yes, she swam to the shore.
She got out of there.
That's a 17 to hit as
Yes.
it goes at you with a dagger. It deals 3 damage.
Oh.
Stabs again.
Oh.
That's higher. So
It's
that
like a little
hits.
hobbit dagger.
Is it 3 damage?
Yeah. This time 5 piercing damage. And stabs again.
Oh.
That's a 16 to hit.
Match.
Okay, so that hits. That's 5 piercing damage.
So 5, 5, and 3.
3, 5, and 5, but yeah.
Yeah. 13 total. All right, the next one climbs down toward Zev. Technically, yes, you are technically restrained because you haven't tried to act yet. So it's going to be at advantage for its 3 dagger attacks, too. The high one there, 19.
Hit.
4 damage, piercing. Swings, stab, well, actually more just like stabbing into you, your abdomen here. 18.
Hit.
6 piercing damage.
Oof.
And pulls back one more time to stab at you with a 17.
Hit.
For 5 piercing damage.
I don't like these guys.
Um,
Save us.
you
Save us.
hear the sound of more in the direction of Henna, and I guess Sam, kind of being in the middle, would see the 2 of them drop down on their webs. One lands down on the island behind her, and the other one drops down straight on top of her and makes an attack like coming down off a bungee cord.
The ones that just stabbed us?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
So there's 4.
Like
so
there's
far.
2 more over the island. One that landed on the island. One that went down, bungee cord style, slashed at Henna. She rolled out of the way and it went back up.
Gotcha.
Okay, the one in the top of the web is next to act then. It, let's see.
And there's a lot that go all in a row. It's like when you own a corner in Monopoly and you win.
It's going to throw a big section of webbing at the grease wizard up in the air.
Oh, thought.
That's a 9.
No.
Okay. So it just, you kind of out of the way to the side, and this webbing just falls into the water behind you.
Okay.
Zev, it's your turn.
I am going to bonus action curse the one that just stabbed me,
Okay. He is cursed.
and then action cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay. You'll still be considered restrained. You have to use an action to try and get out.
Correct.
Okie dokie.
Wait, question. Armor of Agatha Zev has that too?
It's technically a warlock spell. Dern only had it because of his vow.
Okay. I was just confused. I'm like, wait, which character are you playing?
Right. Oh, I got my sheets mixed up.
All right.
I thought you
That's
left
it.
us.
Back to the top of the order, Kira.
I'm going to, I guess, stab back at the thing that was stabbing at me. I don't know if I have both arms free or if how that would affect me.
You would have disadvantage on any rolls, attack rolls that you make while you're restrained.
And if
she
I
already
tried
has
to,
disadvantage just rolling a normal roll.
that
Not
hurts.
one
That wasn't
die.
a very good joke.
That hurts. Painfully.
Yeah, it would take your action to try and free yourself, The way it works, though, once you free yourself from the web, you can move through the webbing at, like, making climbing checks with your action, or
And there's something
remove
deep
yourself
inside the
from
web,
it.
too, right?
Up.
Up.
Something up in the... That's what threw the web at you.
Oh, okay. I thought you were I was thinking it was through the 10 feet of web.
It's way up at the top.
I'm confused.
So there's one big humanoid, bigger maybe by 50% than these other ones with the extra limbs, all the way 40 feet up in the top of the web. One that's crawled down to Zev's height, one that's right by Kira. So all of those are in the web that Kira and Zev got stuck in. Then 30 feet away on the island, there's one more above the island and one on top of it.
So there's 5 total.
Mm-hmm.
And was GW or Aaron next to me?
Aaron is next to you.
Okay.
I was going to help you.
I'll try to free myself one more time.
Okay, strength check, difficulty 12.
Disadvantage?
No.
Okay. 19.
Yeah. You pull yourself out, maybe cut yourself free with one of your short swords. Now you're able to move. You still have a move this turn if you want to use it.
Aren't I in the middle of a web walker and Aaron sandwich?
I mean, Aaron's kind of below you and the web walker's above you. So, yeah, but there's other directions too. You could move further into the web. You could get out and into the water. It's your call.
And if I move away from the web walker, he's going to have an opportunity attack.
Mm-hmm.
Don't I have a disengage? Nope, that's the other
Yeah, you
character.
do.
I do?
Your Zephyr Strike has a disengage in it.
I forgot about Zephyr Strike. I have too much stuff going on. Yep, sure.
Okay, but is that a bonus or an action?
It's a bonus action.
Okay, you could cast it. If you wanted.
Yep, I'll cast it and then I'll move diagonally away so that Aaron and I are in line with each other, but I'm right out of melee range from Web Walker dude.
You're going to stay in the web?
Yeah.
Okay, just roll a quick climb check.
11?
All right, you move away maybe 10 feet.
Okay.
All right, does that end your turn?
Yes.
Okay, Henna. I guess after seeing that thing slash at her and seeing the other web walker behind her is going to take a shot at it with her crossbow. That's going to hit for 5 damage.
Get him.
So the one that landed on the ground on the island with her, she sticks a crossbow into it. And since Malkovich isn't here, she's going to make a second attack. And it also hits for 6 damage that time. So 2 crossbow bolts into the thing that kind of went at her. And GW, it's your turn.
Lots of good sound effects today.
And I'm not providing most of them.
Half of that sentence was sound effects.
Yes.
So there are web walkers above us. There are web walkers next to us.
There
Correct.
are web walkers among
They're
us.
not really above you.
They're
But-
above on the island.
One is above on the island, yeah.
Where's the other one?
Down on the island. It landed, but it couldn't get to Henna with its movement.
And the other 2 are on
One's
the web.
10 feet from her, one's right next to me, and then the big boy's up on the ceiling.
The big boy's up in the ceiling.
Yes.
Mhm.
And that's the one that's up in the ceiling. Got it. All right. I'm going to cast Shatter on the big boy in the ceiling.
Yeah. That's 30 or 40 feet from anything else. So,
Mm-hmm.
All right, I have to make a
A Constitution save.
Constitution.
There was an old lady who swallowed a spider that wiggled and jiggled and tiggled inside her. And there was a small cave who crushed the spider. I
Wait.
don't know why. He swallowed the fly.
Do we get an inspiration dice at the end of this?
Perhaps he'll die.
That's a 16 on the Constitution save after your poetic casting.
That's a fail.
And GW's taking a level of Bard at 6.
It matches.
The rolling wins, so it
But
passes.
I did forget to mention, I casted that through my weapon of math destruct.
So it's okay for me to cheat, but it's not okay for him to cheat?
Yeah, I want to cheat too. Does my Titan's recovery work for that?
I think it has to be a spell attack. Like you have to make an attack roll.
Spell attack on your turn. You can recover an expended spell slot. Okay. That's fine.
All right.
Does the spider have any
But
corn
it takes
on
half,
it?
It takes-
half damage.
Half damage. Does the cave take any damage?
Yeah, the top is right above the web, so that could potentially happen.
That's
Good.
what I was hoping for.
We're all inside this cave.
Collapse the cave and kill us all. That's what I was hoping for.
We're all also in this cave.
8. So it takes 4 damage.
4, but
Wait, hold on.
the
I rolled the
cave
wrong die.
takes more, doesn't
I
it?
rolled the wrong die.
Oh, yeah.
Rolled the wrong die.
What is it, 2d8?
Yeah.
That's much better.
9. 13 damage.
6 would be half. That is better.
Good job.
All right, but the stone takes double the damage, right?
Correct.
So
That sounds
it would
about
take
right. If I remember
26
correctly, yeah.
damage.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Let me see. Object hit points. All right. Where the web, part of where the web is attached at the apex, breaks loose from some of the stone around it when the stone cracks, and a good portion of this web starts falling back to the way you came through the tunnel, which does mean the creature on the top starts falling down near where Zev is in the back of this webbing, and it doubles up the thickness of the webbing down at the bottom, basically around Zev and the other web walker that's near him.
Gee, thanks. We just lost Zev. He's double netted.
That's about
okay, I'm
how
sure he
far
has
the
another
net
character
or
sheet with
the
him
web
anyway.
moves this round. Some of it sticks, but you can see it starting to pull down the rest of the web that it's still attached to, and it's starting to sag from the extra weight and it not being attached in as many spots. There still are some reaching up toward the ceiling. All right. Aaron, I think it's your turn now.
Okay, well, the first thing I want to do is yell, "What did you do?" And then the second thing I want to do...
Silently, you hear that.
And then I guess I'll just attack the closest one next to Kira with my axe.
Okay.
And I'm
worry,
raging,
You
So
get
I'll
your
save
extra
you.
rage damage if you hit.
Fireball, man.
Okay.
Fireball.
That is a 16.
That does hit.
No, he's covered in a thick layer of webbing. I'm sure he'll be fine.
It'll protect him.
It's a cushion.
Wait, where's Zev?
We won't mourn for
It's
long.
just a sword dangling from a spider web.
Okay.
Probably loves that, though.
Um,
Zev would love being a skeleton, I think.
Sam, I'm trying to focus. You're making it very hard to do math. How much is my rate? Okay, plus 2 damage, so that's 6 plus
Plus
4
your strength.
plus
your
1 is 11 plus 2 is 13.
Okay. We need to just write your attack damage down next to
I
your
do
weapon.
have it written down.
Okay. That's not the cursed one. So you deal 13 damage.
Yes,
Into
but
the
I have to
side.
do basic algebra every time.
And you see this spray of just black blood
No.
fall out into the river below you. And it's still your turn.
Because it's clear axe equals.
Axe equals.
So it is algebra.
I don't. Well. Can I hit it again?
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Help me.
Wait, are you still trapped?
No.
I don't think that I can. I'd have to use my would I be able to get over to Zev and help free him?
He's not far.
I mean, Kira and I were next to each
Yeah.
other on the raft, so
You could swing to try and free him if you wanted.
Yeah,
Or
I
you
guess.
could swing at the guy you were swinging at.
Yeah,
That's
no,
up
I'll try to help Zev.
to you. Okay. Roll an attack.
Do I still add the same thing I add with my?
Mhm.
Okay, 18.
Yeah. You smack into the web. Don't get the axe stuck or anything. Go ahead and roll damage.
Against the web,
Mm-hmm.
that would be a
A equals 15.
15 plus 2, isn't it?
No, because that's an 8. You rolled a 6 last time. Last time your damage was 13. 8.
Okay,
you rolled
fine.
a 6.
That sounds right.
Okay. Yeah,
Axe equals.
you cut Zev some breathing room. You get your arms free. You're able to move at the start of your next turn. You're no longer restrained.
Yay.
All right.
You're welcome.
Anything
Thank you.
else you want to do? Bonus action or anything?
Nah.
Okay.
You don't deserve my protection.
Then it is the one that Zev cursed is up first. It's right next to you, so it's going to try to make an attack no longer at advantage. 22.
Hit.
3 damage.
He takes 15.
Huh?
He takes 15. Armor of
He takes 15 from Armor of Agathis.
It's cast at a 3rd level spell slot.
Does he take anything for being cursed from that, or only when you actually hit him? Probably when you hit with an
My
attack.
proficiency to damage rolls. But that's, hang on.
That's not a damage roll.
That's not a damage roll, though.
Okay. So he takes 15,
Uh-huh.
slashes at you again. 8.
Is that to hit? Or?
Yeah.
Okay, that misses.
All right. Did you take the damage for the first one? 3 damage?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Critical hit.
Okay.
Critical armor of Agathis.
3.
He's still...
A critical hit for 5 piercing damage.
He takes 15.
and he explodes into
You'd
that's
think that
ice, right?
you would think
Yes.
that he would learn
So
the
he
first
kind of
time.
shatters from hitting you.
Mike,
And
why do you look so
falls.
delighted?
I get healing. So he was cursed, so I get my level plus charisma, so I get 9 HP back.
That's less than he probably hit you for.
30. What's 34 plus 9? Somebody help me.
33.
Does
Thank you.
Agathis have so many charges, or is it a
No, it's
concentration?
just a spell.
Right. We're not doing concentration checks on buff type spells, so I think you just keep it.
Yeah, I think I keep it for an hour.
Pretty good. All right, the next one that's near Kira that Arin just hacked with her axe is going to make an attack against Arin. That's 17 against AC
Yep.
for 3 damage, and that's halved, so you take 1 piercing damage.
Okay.
The next one is a 13 against your AC. Does that hit?
No.
Okay. And the third attack
Oh boy, there's more.
is a 12. So
No.
3 attacks for 1 damage there as they try to stab through, but getting hung up in the extra webbing that's now all around them.
It's like they're not used to this for some strange reason.
The one above Henna drops down and tries to grapple her. Oh. And Henna acrobatically slips out of its grasp as it careens back up toward the ceiling. It picked her up maybe a foot off the ground, but then she wriggled out. The one who she shot with her crossbow charges her, though, and stabs at her 3 times. Hits her once for 3 damage. All right. The one who was in the top of the web, who fell down and is now near Zev, is going to cast Hold Person. On
I'm really dumb.
probably on you, because I don't know how much else she could. Well, she knows anybody in contact with the web.
She looks at you and just knows,
I'm
like,
going to
he
randomly
looks
roll
dumb.
between the 3 people who are in contact with the web. which is bad news for Kira whenever I randomly roll it. It's like, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, I actually have decent wisdom. Never mind. I thought it was an intelligence check. I was like, no, I'm really dumb.
11.
Okay, you are currently paralyzed.
How does stupid
And
but wise
you've
work?
fallen off the webbing, smacked down into the water, and are currently sinking.
Street smarts.
Someone.
With its bonus action, the queen summons a spiritual weapon, which is a giant green spectral dagger that makes an attack against Zev.
Spider cleric.
It is a... What does she get for spiritual weapon? Plus 4. 14 against your AC?
Miss!
Okay.
Ah!
Stabs,
you're flying, you should
stabs
go.
at you and just misses.
I can't pick up Kira.
You can try.
That's
I
it. Zev, it's your turn.
Okay. Bonus action, soul mark on the big bad.
Okay, with the foe
With
bearer?
foe bearer.
All right, so you point the foe bearer sword in her direction, and she starts to glow with this sickly green aura.
Then we're going to take...
Not Aran, aura.
Okay, then we're going to take attacks.
It's actually
Most
aura.
peop- yeah.
Okay.
Aura.
So,
Aura.
4 plus 8 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15.
Yes, 15 will hit. I do need you, because she's not exactly right next to you, to quickly just make a climb check to see if you get next to her.
Is that at...
Athletics.
I am not proficient in that, so 6.
You're probably going to have to be at range.
Okay. In that case, let's do...
Do you still want to mark?
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
Let's just do a couple of Eldritch Blasts then.
Okay.
18 plus numbers.
Yes.
And then second one is going to be 20. Critical hit. Critical.
Whoa, boy.
Natural thingy.
Okay.
All right.
So your first attack, just do your regular damage.
First one's going to be 7. Second is a 1, so doubled to 2.
Well, you can roll
Ooh.
the dice twice on a critical hit. Is that what you guys usually do, or do you usually double it?
I usually just
usually-
double it.
Usually
well, do
double
what you usually do, I guess. But if
Well, I
you
usually
want,
roll.
you can roll double the dice.
I went ahead and rolled the dice again, so that's going to be another 7 added onto that.
I'll go somewhere in there.
Yeah.
All right.
Everyone gets to cheat but me.
Well, I just...
I'm
When you
teasing.
roll a critical hit, usually you roll double the dice.
Oh, I always
That's
took
what I
the dice
usually
and
do.
doubled them.
I
guess
think.
you could do that. But it's a more consistent damage,
Okay.
like if you do the other way. So 2 bolts of Eldritch Blast streak off 15 feet toward the queen and smack into her, and she lets out a... Since everybody likes my sound effects. That's the end of Zev's turn. On the island, I don't think any of you would necessarily see that, so I'm just going to do that.
That's terrifying.
'Cause you're
I
all
can't
kind
see
of
anything right
facing
now.
The other way.
Are you still blind?
She's
I'm
drowning
underwater.
Oh,
and paralyzed.
I forgot.
It only really affects Hannah right now. All right. Kira, you're paralyzed
Does she
unless you have something, you can do in terms of speaking, like casting another spell or something without moving.
Can she make like another save?
At the end of her turn, she can. Oh, you actually can't speak as paralyzed, so you wouldn't be able to cast anything.
Can you scream?
You can. It's just that your turn ends and you're paralyzed, and I need you to make a new wisdom save against the hold person.
Okay. Am I also losing concentration on my spell now?
You haven't taken any damage, so no. Okay. You've been 12 seconds basically now.
Was that a good
Well, I guess you've been
or a bad
6
bad-
seconds
bad
underwater so far, but you'll be all right for a little while.
How long?
Well,
Aside
let's
from you
hold-
gave
Let's see how long you can hold your breath for.
at Albagula, we were given like half an hour.
You can hold your breath
don't know
for
what
a
you're
number
talking
of
about.
minutes equal to 1 plus your Constitution modifier. What's your Constitution modifier?
2.
So
it's like
3 minutes.
30 rounds.
Yeah, it's a while.
Oh, Kira's fine.
She's fine.
She
Just
is
let her sink to
she
the
is
bottom of the
sinking
deep
to the
black
bottom of the
water.
Dark
She's slowly
river.
drifting off into the flotsam, but she's fine.
All right. It's Hannah's turn. Hannah now has something right up in her face, one of these things. So she's going to stab it with her trident.
What? She has a trident?
Since when does she have a trident?
Oh, it's been slung over her back under her cloak. It's been hard to see.
We thought it was a walking stick.
Yes, tridents are the coolest.
It's a walking trident.
And she crits. So she deals not a whole lot. 3, 7
But it's a
damage.
trident, so double that.
Triple.
Stabs through the
Trident.
web walker that was in her face and drops it to the ground. And with her second attack, it looks like she's just brushing stuff off of herself.
Yeah.
All right.
She'll be fine.
A tidy house is the best house, right?
Grease Wizard, your turn.
All right, I want to. So
I feel personally attacked by that statement again.
I'm sorry. So,
I have 3 kids.
I know.
I'm telling them.
Oh,
Who?
huh? All right, so I want to fly directly above the queen. Oh my god!
And Amy died.
Oh my!
Amy's underwater.
What's going on
Don't
there?
drink while you're underwater.
Oh, hey, listener. I didn't see you there.
Is what got me. Sorry.
What did you want to do?
Fly above the queenie.
Okay.
She's in the water, right?
Just make
Yeah,
a
she's on the web.
dexterity saving throw as you do that.
I'm flying.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. 11 plus 3.
You're good. You sail past a few of the threads still connecting the web down to the bottom and get over the queen.
And I cast Fireball.
I'm right next to her.
Old.
Jesus, HR Puffin stuff.
Oh.
Okay, you cast Fireball.
Well, let me get Malik out.
Well, no. Oh. Okay. Hey, thanks for listening to Date Night Podcast with me, Sam Hausman. If you like the show, we could really use your help to spread the word. Share the show with a friend or a family member who you think might enjoy the story. You can also help us by following us on social media like Twitter at Date Night Podcast and sharing our posts from there. It's also the best way to follow for giveaways and announcements about the show. Now back to it.
Everybody make a dexterity saving
Wait,
throw.
so
Everybody?
everyone's in this?
No,
It's a
no.
40-foot radius.
But
Am
I
I
went
in
40
there?
foot.
Oren, Zev, make a
She's fine. She's
dexterity
underwater.
saving throw. Yeah, Kira might be in the best position right now.
Oh,
And
that's a crit fail.
I need to make 3 dexterity saves.
Thanks, Sam. You're going to wipe the party.
15. So I get to take full damage.
So I'm just going to grab Ama's
My 3 all pass.
You son of a beach.
Oh wait, there's only 2.
What does it mean
2
if
there. One of them's dead.
you should re-roll probably?
I did cast this one through the weapon of math destruction.
Oh, boy.
Because I already had that prepped from last time.
You pulled it out. All right.
Yeah. And I'm gonna fudge the math, so my friends get a +5 to their.
I got a nerf.
That's
thing
not.
every day. Let me see it.
That's not how this.
that's
That's not how that works.
Who made this thing?
That's not how it works. And I would still fail because I'd
Yeah.
still have a 6.
All right. Well,
But you
then,
have a crit fail, so.
yeah. So, all right.
You
can
can't
look at
tell
it.
me.
A +5 to their saving.
I don't take
throw.
any extra damage just because I crit failed, do I?
Which would help.
You can
Seth.
make an attack. You can add it to the attack roll or damage roll. So like your chance to hit or the damage that you do.
Negative
You can subtract the damage that you do, but that will subtract the damage you do from everyone.
So I can't nerf that at all.
You can't selectively pick targets
I
with a
can't
fireball.
pick targets with it. You know, can I? Then, since you guys have done so bad anyway, can I have +5 to attack? It's not going to help.
To the damage?
Well, you said I could add it to the attack if I wanted to, but that would affect everyone. So right? Isn't that what you just
But
said?
it's not
They
an
don't
attack
make
roll.
an attack roll.
It's a dex
It's a saving throw.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
You
can add
can't
it to the
save me,
damage.
Sam. It's too late.
If you want.
Nah, I won't do that.
Okay.
Jesus.
Oh my god!
So many fives.
19,
Oh my god!
29,
Christ.
31,
Well, that minion one is definitely
34.
dead. On mine, half to 17.
It's 50. 50 minus 34 is 16. My armor
For
is
real
gone.
though? I feel like that's not right. Did you say 34?
All right. As you
But
do
you
that,
should take less damage, right? Because you're raging.
No, it
Not
doesn't.
against fire
Bludgeoning,
damage.
piercing, or slashing damage. Samuel.
so this fireball comes and almost singes your own boots as it crashes down into the queen while you're at the full height of the ceiling.
I'm going to fucking murder you. In your
What's
sleep.
left of the web is basically
And I drop a gold.
gone also.
I drop a gold for Zeb.
59.
Make a dexterity check to see if you catch it.
Natural 20. I get 2 gold. 60.
Sam sends the gold in front of the fireball, and the concussion of the fireball drives the gold into the palm of your
Oh
hand.
no. Do I have to make a dex save for Scrabbles?
No.
Okay.
You're
He's
counting.
Scrabbles isn't a
It
fireproof.
counts as if something counts as being carried, and it's not like a
Okay.
character. Then that's how we've been doing
I still
that.
feel like the pouch around your neck would be like flopping all around,
It's
which
just
I'd be
cartoon
worried.
singed.
I'd worry about,
Well,
but it's okay.
He's underneath my armor.
Yeah, he's fine. Scrabbles is fine.
Oh yeah.
Chain shirt.
And he
leather.
can
So are we good?
And he can breathe in there real good.
The
I'll drop another.
We shall see.
I'll drop another gold.
all right, the web
That's so funny.
burns up for the most part, but it collapses kind of on top of
Dropping
all
Zev
of you.
into the freezing cold water.
Yeah, so I need Aaron and Zev to make again a dexterity saving throw.
2.
You wasted it on catching the coin.
I give
Got a gold.
10.
Okay, Aaron, you crash down into the water. Zev, you crash down into the water, tangled in the webbing. All right, and it is. There's not that
one
much
morning,
of the webbing, but
you're
some
going
of
to
it's
wake
burned
up and you're going to
dead.
feel yourself glowing from my soul mark. At this point, there will be a dagger somewhere.
Aaron,
no.
it's your turn. You just
Thanks.
crashed down into the water, sort of near Zev and sort of near this queen, but not like right in melee range. She's probably 20 feet away, and Zev is probably 12 or 15 feet away from you.
Okay.
That's the only one left from that side of the encounter where the web was. Not counting what's over on the island or whatever.
Okay. But do I have to use my movement to swim? Like, if I wanted to attack her?
You would have to use your action to swim.
That's what I
'cause you
meant.
don't have a swim speed, yeah.
Okay, I'll just swim to the island then.
Okay, make an athletics check.
You'll be fine.
I'll save you. I'll go burn up the webs.
19.
Okay, you swim all the way over to the island and get yourself up on it next to Henna. And that's your...
You're not popular
Action.
right now, Sam.
Do you have anything else you want to do?
A bonus action?
Yeah.
No.
All right, so you pop up next to Henna and you see there are these 3 big spiders on her, and then there's still the web walker above, up on the ceiling. Okay. That one up on the ceiling swings off its web this time instead of going straight down.
Like Spider-Man.
Does like a diagonal down toward where the queen and Zev are, but can't get that far. Sort of making a new web in between the old web and the island. Just one strand, though. The queen disappears from the surface of the water. And it's your turn, Zev.
Like disappears below the surface of the water?
Yeah.
Oh, good. She's going to save me, right?
I'm in there too now.
Oops.
Do I have to roll to free myself from the webbing?
Yeah.
I was free. That's the thing that kills me. I was free, and your stupid effing fireball tangled me again. And it's a 4. I rolled a 4.
You sink about 10 feet down.
That's my
As
turn.
you struggle. Unless you have any bonus you want to do.
Nope.
Okay.
Do I even have
This
any?
isn't
No,
your
I have
best
nothing.
fight, Sam.
Aaron.
Is it too late for me to reaction and cast hellish rebuke against Sam?
Yeah, I think it's too late.
Okay.
You're in the water now.
This column
Aaron.
of fire just comes out.
3 of these big spiders on the island, not spider people, just like actual spiders.
I'm more
tarantula
comfortable
sized,
with that.
climb up onto you and make bite attacks.
Oh, on me?
Mm-hmm. What do they add? All right, that's a 8, a 21, and a 21.
The 21s do
I
hit.
think they do. That you take. Actually,
Is
oddly
this-
enough, you would take 1 piercing damage from each of those, so you take no damage as they bite into you.
Kind of tickles.
When raging, you take that 1, you take none. So you take none twice.
Good job.
Okay. It's back around to
I take
Kira.
no damage twice.
wisdom save.
10?
Nope. You are still held
Oh,
as
bummer.
you drift further
You
and
see-
further under the water.
You see the tangled form of Zavask slowly drifting down next to you.
They've
Saw a
got to
bright
hit the bottom
flash,
eventually,
and then I'm
right?
seeing Zavask. I'm like, now what did Gracie do?
Hannah
She knows it's you.
kills the remaining spiders on herself for this round. Meaning there are just the ones on Aaron now. Grease Wizard. Your turn. Do I need to describe what's going on, or do you got an idea of where things are?
I've got an idea where things are.
Okay.
How much do you weigh, Zev?
180.
How much do you weigh, Kira?
They also have
125.
180. That's petite for a half orc, isn't
He's
it?
extremely skinny for a half.
Oh,
orc.
okay.
He did not eat very well growing up.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I'm going to fly down to the surface of the water.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to cast Tensors floating right around where Kira went down.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Tensor's floating disc just downwards and then fly up. Trying to use it as a
Fishing.
net. Yeah, I'm going fishing.
For us.
Fishing for people.
Fishing for friends.
Okay. Roll first, I guess, intelligence check.
14.
Okay. Cast it down there. Use the rest of your fly to get.
Probably all the way back up.
Yeah, you're up to the 40-foot tall ceiling. You'd still maybe have. Well, you flew down, so yeah, you'd get back up to the ceiling. Okay. Aaron.
Yes.
Did anything happen?
Well, you have to be 120 feet away for the disc to follow you.
Oh, is it? 20 feet.
20?
The disc remains at 20 feet if you move.
Then maybe it would.
I'm pretty sure that's the way we've
And the
always
range
played
is
it.
30 feet.
I thought you had to be like 100, or maybe is that when it disappears? If you get more than 100 feet away from it?
Think so.
Oh, if you move 20 feet away, it always remains 20 feet. If you move more than 100 feet, the spell ends. Okay, yeah, so you send the disc down
And it's
near where Kira was. Comes back up. Empty. Water spills off the side of it.
okay.
All right. And now it's Arn's turn.
I am going to... I can't really use my axe on them if they're on... How on me is on me?
Oh, the spiders?
Yes.
They climbed up up to your hip and thigh area is maybe about as far as they got and started to try to bite through.
Okay,
your
in that
clothing.
case, I'm going to grab it with my hands.
Okay, you can just use an action to shed yourself of the
No, I was going to
spiders.
destroy them with my bare hands.
Okay, roll unarmed attack then.
My unarmed attack uses my strength, right?
And you're proficient, I think.
Yeah, 15.
Yeah, so you smash the spiders that are on you just into pulp. You can probably get them all, even though it's 3, with your first attack. So you just smash them, grab one, pummel your hand into another, knock the other one off, and stomp on it. Okay. You do have a second attack if you want it.
Is there anything else for me to attack?
The only thing that's still visible above the water is the one that swung away from you and Henna, and it got about... It's at an angle maybe 15 feet above you and 15 feet out.
Okay. I want to throw Quarry's Bane at it.
Okay. Make an attack. You are proficient with javelin, so it's the same thing that you add to the attack roll.
And this is also this is also a +1 weapon. 11.
Okay. That does not hit.
Bummer.
So Quarry's Bane goes into the water.
No, come on.
Okay. And it's that web walker who you threw the thing at. It's
But it's
turn.
okay. Kira catches.
Kira can't
Continues
move.
his movement over toward where Zev is and tries to snag him up out of the water.
At
Hey.
least the spiders are saving me.
You are considered restrained, so you will have disadvantage on this grapple check. Wait, I don't have advantage. You have, yeah,
It's a contest, isn't it?
yeah.
So
All right, I'll
you
re-roll.
roll, I roll twice.
Right. 11.
1.
Okay. It picks you up,
Like a little bit.
brings you. That's about the end of its movement. Picks you up, starts moving further back the way you guys came and up.
Am I still tangled in the webbing?
You are. You're grappled and restrained. Okay. The queen under the water makes an attack. Actually, she's going to have to see if she can find Kira. Does she have blind sense? No, just dark vision and sense in the web.
Well, we got rid of the web.
Nope. Nothing. Kira, it's actually your turn.
Nope.
Oh, no. These are the worst rolls ever.
And, okay, it's Henna's turn.
You still got 26 rounds before you're drowning.
Henna's going to take a shot at that spider careening out of the way with Zev, since her crossbow has pretty good range. And she hits. Deals. God, roll a 1 on the attack damage, like every time for her. 5 damage. Takes the second shot. Also hits. That time does 13 damage.
The only
The
one with
spider-
good rolls today.
Dies, and Zev from about 20 feet up in the air, starts free falling down to the water, tangled in the web.
But it's my turn.
Huh?
No, it's not.
Yeah, Henna just went.
That was Hannah.
Oh.
Now it's my turn.
I thought it was the enemy. So my bad.
And I am using my fly speed with Tensor's floating disc to fly 40 feet out to have Tensor's disc catch him.
Okay.
At least one of us won't
This
die.
hard metal disc under your... your
Yes. Instead of crashing into the water, as you were expecting when you started falling, you fall 20 feet into this hard magical force.
very well done.
And take
No.
2 points of bludgeoning damage. Climb!
I got you, Zev. I got you.
Fucking gnomes.
Okay.
It's a shame my armor isn't still up. You'd take 15 points of damage.
Aaron, it's your turn.
Wait, was that my action?
Oh, no, that was just your movement.
And so that was 40 feet that I went. How long to the island?
Oh, you were in the middle of the two before.
Yeah.
You're about 70 feet from the island.
All right. So I've used 40 feet. So I'm going to go... I'm going to go back to the disc then. So I have 20 extra feet. So I'm going to... Because it only moves if I move.
Away from it.
Right, yeah.
Right. So I'm going to fly
like
back
you're
to the
above it.
disc. And Zev is tangled. I'm going to free him.
Okay, land on the disc and use your action to free him.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm floating above the disc, not to add any more weight.
Okay.
Well, I don't think it can even hold him anyways.
Just roll a quick dexterity check.
Nat 20.
Yeah, easy,
And he heals
untangled,
for
angry looking half orc staring at you as you open him like a mean looking Christmas present.
He's a mean one.
and I just
Mr.
smile
Grinch.
at him.
And then it's
I got you, bud.
Then it's Arn's turn.
I have complicated feelings at the moment.
Are all the spiders dead?
There are currently no spiders standing around you on the island.
Okay.
This is about the time, though. I need everybody. This doesn't count as your action, Aaron. Everybody make a perception check.
Oh, cool.
9.
19.
I just knocked you.
You see water.
She's just like...
Aaron, you see actually not too far behind where Tensor's floating disc is, just an area of darkness.
Wasn't me this time.
It's
I'm not
maybe
sure...
30 feet behind that.
Is it just an area of darkness?
Yeah, it's about a 20-foot cube of darkness. It's darker than the rest of the area around, even though it's the Underdark. Like, your night vision can't see into it.
I don't think I see it.
You just see...
No, like, I don't think I see it, given my dark influence.
Oh, okay, you might not really notice.
Yeah.
Because you've been seeing weird kind of things out of the corner
Yeah,
of
I've
your
been
eye
seeing
anyway.
shadows all day, so yeah, I
Well,
don't see it.
This looks like a big, creepy thing that has you on edge. Just
Okay. Well, I've been on edge anyway, so not much change. Okay,
Part of
well,
that.
I'm going to jump into the water to get my javelin. I mean, Kira.
I was legit like, oh,
make
burn.
an investigation check as you jump into the water.
It's not that bad. 7.
It's been worse.
Nope. It's very
There are
murky.
6 worse numbers it could be.
Murky and difficult to see, but you can still swim down kind of in the...
Oh, look, there's her
There you
javelin.
go.
She gets it and swims back on.
You don't see Kira, but you can definitely start swimming a little bit deeper into the water.
Wait, the thing that had her, that cast a spell on her, is it still alive?
Last any of you saw it, it went under the water.
Ah, okay. It is still alive.
Maybe. All right.
Wouldn't the spell have ended if it died, though?
Yeah.
So...
So you might want to be careful under the
let's
water
see.
there. Not that I can actually tell you
Dun,
this.
dun.
Is up there
Dun, dun, dun,
on the
dun, dun,
island.
I think I'm
dun,
stuck
dun,
on the
dun.
bottom now like this.
It's just henna on the island. About that time, the queen finds Kira beneath the water and makes an attack against you. When you're paralyzed,
She hits me unless she completely.
attack rolls have advantage, and if they hit, it's an automatic
auto-crit.
critical. She attacks you with the
Oh.
spiritual weapon, which she still has up. Because oddly, that doesn't take a bonus action. Yeah, that's going to hit. That counts as a critical.
What if you crit on it? Do you get double crit?
I don't want
11. You take 11 piercing damage from it.
That's her crit damage.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
One of the
that's-
die rolls was a 1 on the damage rolls. And then she casts
Of course she does.
something else that doesn't really affect you, so. Okay. Zev, it is your turn.
Zev dives off the disc back into the water and starts trying to find Queenie.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Oh, that's an intelligence based.
Yes.
Oh, that's a 3.
You're facing the wrong way. It's you got a little disoriented from all of the falling.
That's generous of you.
You probably don't realize you were as far away from where you started as you thought.
Okay, well, I still want to use my movement to just go straight down.
Okay, you do. After that,
Look for my
Kira,
javelin.
it's your turn.
Wisdom?
Mm-hmm.
12?
Oh, come on, man. Just
Yep.
give it to her.
Yep.
Thank God.
Yeah.
DC's 12. You are unparalyzed, but that's your turn for that round. Henna would be next. Not a whole lot she could do at the moment,
There's nothing on the island, right?
unless she goes into the water too, which Henna's probably not going to do. There were spiders, but it seems like they've stopped coming. Henna does just take her turn to yell out that the island's going to be gone soon. And that's about what she gets out before it's Grease Wizard's turn.
Oh,
And also our boat is
so well, our boat's already gone.
gone. I know. It is gone already.
So
Our boat.
there's nothing I know that's around me except for
You were on the disc, or above the disc. You know Kira is down in the water and has been a while. You know Zev just jumped in there. Arin's, you probably know she went down in there. That's
Okay.
about what you know.
Can I see the spell squirrel? What's in it?
Cure wounds and pass without trace.
Okay. Can I fly in the water?
Yeah, I think you could.
It becomes swimming when you're underwater, but yes.
I would count it as you'd have the probably half whatever speed you had when you were flying in the water.
I'm gonna go straight down.
Okay. You
And
use about a third of your movement to get to the water. Well, no, the disc wasn't that high. It was near the water. Yeah, you just jump in, and you could move about 30 feet under the water
all right,
as
can I
your
roll an
movement.
investigation check to see if
Mhm.
I can find Kira?
What about my
Oh,
javelin?
that was a bad roll.
I know, but it's still a 10.
A 10. You can maybe see a faint outline of the glowing spiritual weapon of the spider.
Oh, of the spiritual weapon.
Mm-hmm.
How far away is that from me?
You went straight down?
Well, I went, like once I looked for it, I went towards it.
Right. After your 30 feet of movement, I'd say it's another 30 feet away.
Okay. I'm gonna hold my action.
You used
Until-
your action
No,
for
I
the...
used my.
No, he didn't
I
use an
didn't use the action. I just
I thought that
swam.
was the investigation check was his action.
No, the movement in the water would have been, but he's flying, so he technically has a speed. Like you swam on your turn. That was your action.
No, but I thought his action was an investigation check.
I was just letting you guys roll those while you're in the water.
And I'm holding a shatter. If I see the queen, because I also know the queen is down in here.
Okay. Aaron, it's your turn again.
Okay.
If you want to look around more, you can do that as a free
I mean,
look around.
I would like a free look around.
Okay. Investigation, I think.
Another 7.
It's really murky down here.
we are rolling great tonight.
Rolled pretty good with my fireball.
You did.
I stole your...
That's not mine.
Boy. All right, the queen is going to make another
Oh, was that my whole turn?
bonus act. Oh, no, you can still do something. Sorry.
I mean,
Use your action. You can always use your action to make a perception check for a search. So
I'll
if
do
you,
that.
If you want to do that, you could.
yeah, I'll do that. That's a 12.
Okay, now you see Kira is maybe 20 feet away from you, kind of down maybe 10 feet, and then the spiritual weapon is near her, but you don't see the spider.
What about my javelin?
Don't see that at the moment. All right.
Thanks.
This is why I don't use ranged weapons. I
You're
used it
no longer
once, and it's
held,
gone
right?
forever.
Correct.
Makes an attack with the spiritual weapon at you. That's a 13 to hit.
Miss. Haha.
Trying to make it through the water, and it just...
And I
even though it's
turned
spectral.
just a little bit.
Yeah. It thought you weren't going to move, and you did. Oh, she can move. And then you see the queen cast something else. Okay. Don't really see what the effect is. Zev, it's your turn.
Free look around.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be an 8.
You can still see where the spiritual weapon is.
Okay, I'm going to swim that direction.
All right. You can make an athletics check to see if you can get further than standard, but
12 plus 3, 15.
okay. You were maybe 50 feet out. So now you're about 30 feet out, kind of near where the grease wizard went into the water.
I can't dash.
No, it's
Okay.
It's an athletics, technically. That's it for Zev. Kira.
Swimming up.
Okay. The spider's not right next to you. The spiritual weapon does not get an opportunity attack. So make an
I
athletics
wouldn't
check.
have realized that, I don't think. 17 plus 3, so not nat 20.
Up to the top of the water as you take in your first breath in a little while. For as long as you've been down there, though,
That's
I
the
do
water.
need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
12.
Okay.
And what about my spell? Do I still have that going?
You took damage once.
True.
That's kind of like a buff, though. We haven't been doing concentration checks on buffs, so I think you do still have it going.
I have been keeping track of concentration, though, and rounds and everything.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so I do still have it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. But that's your action to get up to the top.
Yeah.
Is that it?
I'm going to look around for a place to get to land and start swimming to that.
Okay, now that you're up to the top of the surface of the water, make a perception check just to see what you saw as you looked around. It's not a search, but
6.
you really don't know what's going on up
Nope.
here. It's just water still in your face, but you got a breath and kind of ducked back your head under a little bit. It's Henna's turn. What is she going to do?
We're all underwater.
I think she's just holding her crossbow steady at the surface of the water, waiting to see if anything breaks.
Hopefully not almost shooting
Yeah,
me.
hopefully not us.
So I guess the
I guess
queen
it-
never appeared.
I guess
to
it
me.
depends on...
Not yet, no.
Okay.
You saw her weapon, and you saw it slash, and maybe in the light when Kira swam, you saw her swim up toward the surface.
Oh, okay.
Hopefully,
And it's your
Henna's
turn.
not going to be shooting at us with all of her dark influence points. Considering she attacked you.
Yeah, that's fine. I probably deserved it. All right, so I saw Kira fly back up, so I'm going to go back up.
All right. Back out of the water. Mm-hmm. That's your movement, because you're flying.
Okay. Even going up? Because, like,
Well, I mean,
pretty
it's just
buoyant.
moving.
Oh,
it's not your
it's not
action.
the 30 feet, so I can still do another 30
Mhm.
feet. All right, I'm going to go 20 feet out of the water and fly over. Oh, no, I guess I'll fly just towards Henna.
Okay. You're most of the way toward where she is. When you get there, the island looks considerably smaller than it did when you last saw it.
Cool.
Is it a turtle or something?
You don't know.
I don't think it's like an actual turtle
I'm
in
just going to
Underdark version.
do a once around to see if there's any enemies or
You
anything.
haven't used your action yet, so you can do a search perception.
Investigation, possibly. I'm investigating to see if there's any enemies around or anything.
Okay, yeah.
That's a 27.
The water below you is starting to... it's been rising, but you start to see further back behind where your disc was and is still, I guess, 20 feet behind you.
Mm-hmm.
The magical area of darkness that I described to Aaron, you notice it. But now it's maybe where the web was.
Oh, Henna, you see that?
See what?
The darkness, magical darkness.
Just don't start with me right now.
Hannah.
We all have been seeing darkness. We're in the Underdark.
I don't have any dark influence on me right now, Henna. There's a magical darkness there. I'm a wizard,
If
please.
you're down here, the place does things to you. You get used to it.
Bloody hell. All right.
But what we can't get used to is we're about to lose this little bit of dry land we have, and we can't all fly.
All right. How can I help then? What can I do? What do you expect me to do, Henna?
I don't know. That's about as much as you can probably say in 6 seconds.
All right, that's fair.
Aaron,
Can I see the queen?
I don't remember what you could see when you were down there last time. You saw Kira,
I
right?
saw Kira. I saw the weapon.
I don't think you were able to see the queen at that time.
Can I
You can
roll
use
to
your
see if I see?
one look around, yeah.
Not great. What is that? Perception or investigation? Or
Either at this point, I think.
7.
No.
Darn it.
Really murky. You saw Kira go up away from the weapon, up toward the surface of the water. That was about it. Still your turn.
I'm just gonna swim back to the surface, I guess.
Okay, just make an athletics check.
24.
Yeah, you're up at the surface real easy. Right, maybe 5 feet from Kira. And that's your action. Okay.
Hey, did you see my javelin down there? No, what javelin?
Anybody who's in the water right now, I need you to make an athletics check, please.
13.
12.
14.
Oh no, he
Who had
just added
12?
an enemy 3 clip to our initiative.
Who had 12?
Yep, that's me.
Aaron, as you get to the surface of the water, you just take your breath and you're pulled back down under the water.
Okay, well, I did get a 24 on my last roll.
You did.
That was the
You take 10 bludgeoning damage as you do.
5.
Yep, halve to 5. Kira and Zev, you take 5 bludgeoning damage as some of the kind of rock and web and nasty stuff in the water here starts whipping around, and a whirlpool starts to surround you all.
So nothing grabbed me. It's just the whirlpool.
It's the whirlpool, yeah. So you do that. The magical area of darkness moves forward and surrounds Kira, Zev, and Aaron as
This
well.
isn't going
so
very
you are
well,
now
is it?
in magical darkness, but you can see in that,
Yeah,
can't
I can
you?
see in it.
All right, what you see then,
So I'm underwater, and it's big enough to affect all 3 of us.
you
They're
haven't
above water. I'm
you
still
haven't
under.
come back up?
I haven't come around yet.
You can't see it then.
Okay.
But you can feel the water whipping around and smacking into you, yeah.
Right.
The whole area is in that. Okay. No, you don't see.
Okay.
Let me look at the darkness spell really quick.
Sure.
We're looking
What's
at
this
the
lookup
spell.
brought to us by?
Cheetos.
You have been thinking about it the whole time.
I don't lie.
This
Check
brought
out-
to you by 9 hit points.
6.
Oof. 27.
Check
I
out
don't
our
wanna-
website.
I don't want to say how many I
How
have.
many do you have?
You
Full?
haven't been hit yet, have you?
I have 34. I feel good.
Check-
34 of 35.
Yeah, one is because of Clippy.
Here's the thing. I started out above my max HP because of my armor of Agathis. You burned off like 2/3 of my health, man.
My
Zev,
max is
hold on.
67.
Zev. Oh, Zev's underwater.
I am-
I cast message. Zev, you're wearing all black, correct?
No,
Oh, okay.
not even close.
What are you wearing?
It's like normal leather browns. Armor.
Khakis.
You need to have like you need to have reflectors on those things. I didn't see you there, buddy.
You just get back a stream of hate.
Oh.
Check out our website, datenightpodcast.com.
Looking up the spell theme song.
If Zev had the ability to send that sound that the Hunger of Hadar makes, he would. Yeah,
He could just do that.
yeah.
He's underwater. I don't think he can.
It's a-
Sam, I am more points below my max health than you have.
You hear beside you in the darkness two things smack down into the water.
It sounded like a pony. Clip
It
clop.
was supposed to be 2 things like diving expertly into the water. That didn't make a huge splash.
Any chance it's Fantasy SEAL Team 10 here to rescue us?
It might be 2 ponies.
Bill!
Pony Team 10?
Pony dive team. All right. So next would be me, the queen.
Me, the queen.
That's me.
It's the queen's turn. It's I.
You're
All
fabulous.
right. I'm going to run out of room here in a minute. I might need to redo this. The queen has to see if she gets caught in the whirlpool, actually.
Ha.
And if she does,
She does.
she takes 9 bludgeoning damage.
That's all she had, right?
You don't know what's going on with her. I guess I should.
If she
You don't know
died,
anything
if she
that's
died,
going
I
on.
would know because my sword would start glowing.
That's true.
I don't like that your sword eats people.
Yeah, that's it. Zev, it's your turn.
Does my sword start glowing?
No.
Okay, so I assume 8 years ago when Kira could move again, I assume I saw her swim up.
Yeah,
Okay.
in the light of that.
I'd like to
spiritual
swim
weapon.
up and get out of this god awful river that's reduced me to almost death.
Okay, roll an athletics check.
Mother 8.
All right. You can get up to the top, but that's going to be as far as you get.
Okay.
Not going to be able
And
to
at
move
this
across
point,
the surface.
With my magical darkness seeing abilities, can I see into the magical darkness?
You can. You notice that it's there, shimmering around the area in like a 20-foot area or so. and inside you can see a small
Ponies. Please, God, I need ponies.
a small slender boat.
Yeah, steal the boat.
Captain
Sparta kick the other people off.
captained by somebody with a long kind of pole that he's using to push it in different directions.
Oh, wait, weren't we scared of the boat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I guess you're kind of behind. No, I guess you're pretty
I'm
nearby.
pretty slow.
Yeah, no, you're pretty near where everybody is. So you can look up and see kind of this noseless, skeletal face, kind of Red Skull looking face, but just in gray here in the darkness. Underneath this hood, who just is piloting the boat between Aaron and Kira, just as these ripples of something are extending out, like a couple things jumped off the boat.
Okay, so I have 6 seconds. Skeleton boatman seals. And I just point. I just point in that direction.
Sam almost fell backwards out of his chair.
Skeleton boatman.
The first thing Zev's almost
Skeleton
the first thing
boatman
Zev
seals.
said today, maybe. Kira, you are in complete darkness right now.
What are the seals?
The things that jumped in the water.
Obvious.
They're obviously seals.
Horses.
I can't see in this darkness.
No.
But you know it's skeletal boatman seals.
I heard Zev yell some
Gibberish.
yes.
Just absolute gibberish. Intelligence of 7, everybody.
Stand back and marvel.
I'd say that Kira would probably try to swim somewhere, but I'm not sure if she would have realized where the darkness was coming from
Okay.
to be able to be like, oh, the light went that way. I'm going to swim after the light.
All you see around you is just, no matter how much you try to get your eyes to adjust, absolutely nothing. This is unlike even the pure darkness of being in the cave, like pure natural darkness. There's something unnatural to what
Someone
Advanced
saved Fresnel,
darkness.
right?
If you were even if there was a fully
Usually
lit
Amy has
room
Fresnel.
outside, the second you crossed into the darkness, it would be pitch black.
So obviously this is magical darkness.
Mm-hmm.
Filled with skeleton boatman seals.
Kira would probably call out to the others to be like, hey, guys, what's going on? Where are you? What do I do?
Skeleton boatman seals.
Any advice?
Swim left, right.
Can I give her directions
Straight.
with my 6 seconds of free action?
Sure.
Skeleton boatman seals.
Where is she in relation to the
There's one, she's maybe 10 feet from the boat, and the edge of the darkness is 10 feet to her right.
Move 10 feet?
Where?
Now you do
That
have
way.
to roll an intelligence check to see if you remember your left and right.
Yeah, that's true. Probably should at this
You can
point.
point without knowing.
She can't see me. She,
He does point, though.
okay. I'm gonna roll a d6. 5 or 6 is correct. 3 and 4 is wrong. 1 and 2 is I point. Is that acceptable by the DM? Okay. 1, I point.
That way.
That way.
That
you
way.
hear that way.
I start swimming and I rolled a 20 for athletics or whatever.
Okay. I'll roll a d4. 1 and 2 are the right direction. That's a 4. You swim with your great athletics check head first
Directly.
into the side of a boat.
Ow, my head!
You smack into a boat.
Zev, that was wrong. No, I know. Zev goes, no, over there.
My head!
And you are next to a boat.
Do I get to use the rest of my speed to swim the other direction and push off?
Yeah, you have a little bit more you can go. Push off the boat and
If
start
it was
going
me,
the
I
other
would
way.
just get on the boat.
You're back to where you started.
I have Zephyr Strike. That means I have double motion.
You don't have a swim speed that gets doubled. You just have an athletics check.
But I rolled a 20 and I've got Zephyr Strike going, so that means I move twice as fast.
Was it a nat 20 or a regular
Nat 20.
All right. So you go to the boat, smack your head.
Ow.
Do a Olympic style flip around to the wall, push off the other way, and make it out of the darkness.
Oh my
I can
God.
see!
And what you see when you get out there is
It's
just
pointing.
Zev pointing.
Skeleton boatman seal.
You see, let's see, the grease wizard is not in the darkness. And he's above Henna, and you see Henna about up to her knees in the water where the island used to be.
Thanks for sharing our date night with us and exploring a whole new world together. We'll see you again next week. Until then, keep in touch by following us on Twitter at Date Night Podcast or visiting datenightpodcast.com.